It's very loud. All right, welcome. It's your Saturday morning flow. Lovely weekend ahead, and we'll welcome it by starting off with some yoga. So, join me in a seat. We'll get moving. Sit just in an easy seated position, legs crossed. And make any movement you'd like before you find stillness for a moment. Any adjustments that you may need. And then let your tailbone sink down, your sit bones come down. Close the eyes down, feel into the mat beneath you. Take a few rounds of breath here in silence, just welcoming yourself to your practice today. Welcoming yourself to your mat. And just welcoming yourself to your weekend, to your Saturday. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We'll leave the eyes closed or flutter them open if you'd like, and we'll start to move some small spinal circles. You can move in one direction and then switch to the other. And then very lazily, we'll let the feet come in front of us and then just walk the hands forward, getting into the backs of the legs and lower back. If you'd like to keep a bend in the knees or put blocks under the knees here, you can. We're just starting to open up, so we don't need to go too far. So your legs could be close together or they could be apart, just demonstrating with some blocks, and then let yourself fold forward. So supported, seated forward fold. And then peel yourself up, reach up with the arm. And then exhale, reach forward, come toward the toes. Maybe you touch them, maybe you don't. And we'll continue to move like this. So we're rolling up, rolling in the spine, and then reaching up the top, maybe even taking a slight back bend here. And then reaching forward, rounding, coming down, chin comes into chest, belly comes toward the spine as we reach up, lift, lengthen and straighten, and then exhale, round. It's a little different movement here. And then come up into cactus arms, and if you'd like, you could bring the legs back in. You could either cross them or you could take the option of Baddha Konasana if you'd like more opening in the hips here. So we'll cactus the arms and then reach forward. Inhaling to cactus, exhaling to reach. Just isolating the arm movement here. Good, and then we'll get the spine involved. So bring the chest forward as you cactus and round as you reach. Inhale to cactus, exhale to reach. Couple more times. Warming up the spine, warming up the breath. And drop the hands down. If feet are in Baddha Konasana, close the knees up. If you're in a seat, then we're just going to roll into a tabletop position. So any adjustments that you need to make to get your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And we'll take a few cat-cows here. So before we take the cat-cows, you lift one palm and then the other. And we're going to press into the fingertips, lifting just the palm of the hand slightly. So like you're making a cup here. And then push the ground away. And exhale to drop the belly. Sorry, inhale to drop the belly and gaze forward. Exhale to push away. And then inhale to come forward. With this slight change in the positioning of the hands, we're protecting the wrists and we're just getting into a different motion, activating different little muscles in our forearms, helping us with balance and with control. Almost like you are about to climb a wall and you have this suction grip in your fingertips or what are holding you there. You might feel some warmth happening in the wrists, some energy moving through. And you can drop the palms down if you'd like, back to a flat hand, and see what difference that makes. And then come back up just onto the fingertips. It's not much of a movement, but it can change things. Good, and then we're going to turn the wrists in so that the fingertips are facing toward the knees. And we'll open up here. So gently send the hips back ever so slightly until you feel that stretch along the inner forearm and come back forward. And here you can practice with the fingertips pressed down, those palms cupped, or with flat palms, whichever is available, whichever feels better to you. And again, just breathing into this movement. Maybe you stay here for a moment. So stay in the stretch and let it feel nice. And finding a little buoyancy too could be good, or finding stillness. Your choice, your practice. And then come back forward, and slowly we'll turn those hands back so the fingertips are facing the front of the mat, and just shake one hand out, shake the other. We're going to make a fist. So make a fist and come onto the fist. And the hands are still about shoulder width apart. We're going to start to drop the chest down. So you're going to see that your elbows will bend here. As you drop the chest down, but keep the hips and the thighs up. So the booty's in the air and the chest is coming down, and you'll feel your shoulders go together on the back here, almost like a push-up, and then push back up. These are called fin push-ups. So chest comes down, and then bring it back up. And you can come to your own personal edge here. So it might look different than mine. You might come lower. You might not come as low. Everything is okay here, as long as you're in this alignment and you're making this motion. And if it's really not feeling good, or if it's not available, you can just come back into cat-cow, tabletop. Wherever you are, we will meet back in tabletop. Shake it out. Make any movements that you'd like. I always like to drop my elbows one at a time. It feels good for me. Sometimes make some circles with the hips. And then we're going to pick the hips up and shift them over toward the left, and then open up with the right arm, reaching back. Take a full round of breath here. Let it feel nice. And then come through center, back into tabletop. Drop both hips over to the right. Open up to the left. Peel that arm back. So almost as if the back of the hand is pressing into an invisible wall. Come back through center. Do it once more on each side. Drop the hips, open up. Exhale through center. A little bit of core body strength to come through center. And once more into center here. We're going to keep the hips up again, and we're going to come down to the forearms. And maybe you walk the hands a little bit further out. Wherever you can have them, we want to have the forearms down, and our gaze is forward and slightly down. We don't need to crank the neck up, so neutral neck. Keeping the hips up, try and bring the chest a little bit closer down to the ground. Nice shoulder opener here. And just let it come down slowly with your exhales. Maybe if you are really open already, the chin touches the mat. Maybe the forehead touches the mat. Wherever you are is where you need to be. So you'll feel the stretch if you're way up here or if you're way down here. And breathe into that feeling. If it feels too intense on the shoulders, you could scoot the hands a little bit closer back in. And then slowly to come out of this, we'll send the hips back and come into a child's pose. On an inhale, come into a tabletop. And then once again, we're going to come down to the forearms, gaze is forward. Walk the fingertips a little bit further forward. Send the hips back and bring the chest down. Breathing here, letting it feel nice. Good. Send those hips back as the arms glide slightly back, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. And this time we're going to open up, reach up with the right arm. And on an exhale, we'll thread the needle through. Staying here for a moment, gazing under the left arm. Inhale, push to the ground, rise, reach up with the right arm. And exhale, thread the needle through. Getting nice big shoulder openers today. Inhale, reach. And this time, pick up the hips, drop the right arm back and reach up and over with the left. Small back bend here. Exhale, back into tabletop. Take a wiggle or any movement you'd like. And then we'll switch sides. Inhale, peel the left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle through. You can bring the cheek down to the mat for a moment here and let it feel nice. Inhale, push through the mat, reach up. Exhale, thread the needle. One more time. Inhale, peel up. And this time, lift the hips. Drop the arm down, reach up and over with the right. Exhale, windmill those arms back, tabletop. We're going to step through our hands with the right foot coming into a low lunge here. Inhale, peel up, cactus arms, and then reach up at the top. Exhale, draw the hands down. Continuing to lunge into that right knee. If this hurts the back knee, you could fold the mat under, or you can play with tucking the toes and see if that supports. For some, it might feel better to tuck them. For some, it's really just a personal preference. You can tuck or untuck, see what feels good, and continue to lunge a little bit deeper with your exhales. So you can keep the hands at heart center here, or you can place them down on the thigh. Sometimes that little push can help to open up a little bit of gravity. Pushing down, pushing in. We don't want to push on the knee though. Maybe you have to take a few little steps forward or scoot that foot forward. See what that feels like. If the stance is wider, you might be able to get a little bit deeper, and you should, or you might also feel it in your back leg. So along the front of the left leg. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands down and bring that foot back down so that we're in tabletop. Send the hips back, child's pose. Inhale, roll up into tabletop, and we're going to step through with the left foot. We'll do the same thing on this side. So again, any adjustments that you need, if you need to step the foot a little bit further forward, if you prefer to tuck the back toes, and then peel yourself up. Come through cactus arms. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, draw the hands through heart center, and we'll stay in this for a few rounds of breath. Again, you can have buoyancy or you can have stillness. Take whichever option feels good. And if ever you come back to practice these same sequences, you might try something different the next time you do it. If you're buoyant here right now, maybe next time you try it in stillness to see what that does. Maybe on some days you're feeling more energetic, so you want more buoyancy. Maybe you're feeling less. Just let it come in naturally for you. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands, and this time we're going to pick up the back knee, and we'll take a big step up. Maybe you scoot up a few steps into forward fold. You can keep the knees bent here, first forward fold of the day. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And slowly rock your body up. Let the arms be heavy. We'll come to standing at the top of the mat. Bring one shoulder up and then the other. Reach the arms up at the top, gaze up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a round of breath here. Pick up each foot, maybe shake them out. And we'll get ready to take a sun salutation. Inhale, raise the arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with the left foot. Drop the back knee, peel up, cactus arms, reach up, lunge into that right leg. Exhale, plant the hands down, pick up the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out here for a moment. On the next inhale, roll forward into a plank. Exhale, come down into chaturanga or to knees, chest, chin. Flip those toes and come into upward facing or cobra. Flip them back, downward facing dog. This is another place where you can practice the hand placement that we tried at the beginning. So you could really press down through the very tips of the fingers, including the thumbs, and keep the palms cupped slightly. And you'll feel possibly a little bit more control. Sometimes dialing the hand out also could help. So turning it out, the right hand slightly toward the right, left hand toward the left, might feel nice, might feel more steady. And keep it like this as you roll forward into plank. And then again, exhale, come down. Flip the toes, upward facing or cobra. Flip them back, downward facing. Walk those feet forward to meet the hands at the front of the mat. And exhale in a forward fold. Inhale, hands come to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the ground, rise all the way up to standing. Reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, right foot, drop the knee. Peel the arms up, cactus arms, lunging into the left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the hands, pick up the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway or to knees, chest, chin. Flip those toes, upward facing dog. Flip them back, downward facing. Walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push to the ground, rise yourself up to standing, reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take a couple more sun salutations. And this time we're going to move a little bit faster with breath, creating some energy, creating some prana in the body, creating some heat. I'm just going to take a sip of water. And here we go. Front of the mat, gazing forward. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, left foot. Keep the knee up this time. Inhale, push up, reach up. High crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Flip the toes, upward facing or cobra. Flip them back, downward facing. Walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push to the ground, rise up on the inhale, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, right foot, keep the knee up, peel up. High crescent lunge, reach up at the top, lunging into the left leg. Exhale, draw the hands down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant those hands, step back, downward facing dog. Send those hips back. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Flip the toes, upward facing. Flip them back, downward facing. Walk, skip, or jump to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do it one more time, each side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. This time we're going to step back directly into a plank. Lower yourself halfway or knees, chest, chin. Flip the toes, upward facing or cobra. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Walk the feet forward, meet the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank again. Lower halfway or to knees, chest, chin. Flip the toes, upward facing. Flip them back, downward facing. We'll stay here for a moment, pedaling out. Take a moment to catch your breath. And on an inhale, raise that right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. We're gonna flip the dog, also known as wild thing, kicking that left leg out, reaching up and over with the right, supporting yourself on the left arm. Exhale to flip yourself back over, coming back into downward dog. Roll forward to plank, lower halfway, take your vinyasa, coming back through downward dog, and then coming forward to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll yourself up to the top, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank. Lower yourself down. Flip the toes, upward facing or cobra. Come down into downward facing. Feet come a little bit closer together, and then inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee, open the hip. Slowly flip yourself over, step that foot down, kick out with the right, reach up and over with the left. On the next exhale, flip yourself back, downward facing. Stay here for a moment, pedaling out if you need to, or just find stillness. And then walk yourself forward to a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push to the ground, rise yourself up to standing, reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now that we've got our energy moving, we'll add on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, left foot. Turn the toes down, put the foot down, and we're gonna windmill up into a warrior two on the right side. Lunge deep into that right leg. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the belly in, continue to lunge. Maybe pull back slightly on the hip crease to keep yourself in line. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, and then exhale to come back and sink. We'll do this again, flip it and reverse. On an exhale, windmill the arms, frame the foot, and take a big step up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Push and rise all the way up to stand. Reach up and hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, right foot, turn the toes down, windmill those arms up. Warrior two on the left side. Make adjustments if you need to in the feet. And exhale, gazing over those fingertips. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse. Exhale, sink. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands come to frame the foot, and this time we step back, downward facing. Pedal out if you'd like to here. Inhale, right leg lifts, and flip your dog again. Plant the right foot down, kick up, kick out the left leg, reach up and over, getting a nice belly stretch. Send those hips forward. And then exhale, flipping back over. And this time, come down to the knees. We're going to take a seat on the knees for a moment. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe taking a few shoulder rolls here, releasing. On an inhale, pick the hips up, reach up. Exhale, right arm goes back, left arm goes over. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, switch sides. We'll continue to do this motion, a dancing or, dancing camel. Good. Windmill both arms down. Come back into your downward facing dog on an exhale. Pedal those feet out here. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Flip the dog on the other side. Plant the foot down, kick out with the right foot. Reach up and over, left arm. On the exhale, come back through center. However you need to get there, downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward, meet the hands. Exhale to fold. Stay here for a moment. And then slowly rise up by pushing through the ground. Reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a big step open. We're going to slowly come down into goddess pose, but take some time to get there. So start with shifting your weight, maybe lifting the toes on either foot, coming to the heel, bending a little bit deeper, and then slowly starting to sink, sinking those hips as the chest, as the torso stays up. And then once you've found your goddess, you can bring those hands to heart center and sink into it. Hold this here for a moment. Let that fire begin. And on an inhale, push to the ground, reach up. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink down. This time, bring the hands to the hips or the thighs, wherever they are comfortable. We're going to drop the right shoulder into the center, taking a bit of a twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. And we'll keep moving like this. And you can make this flow nicely. You could just move with your own breath. Inhaling to come up and exhaling on the twist. Continue to keep those knees sunken down. We'll have a tendency to want to come up as we rise the chest up. So each time you might notice that by the end you're standing. So continue to keep those hips low, that tailbone low. Good. Come through center, sink a little bit deeper, and then push and reach at the top. Exhale, hands come down. We'll turn the right toes out and sink back into, left toes out, sink back into warrior. Good. Drop the left arm down, reach up and over with the right, taking a twist, side bend. Nice side angle stretch. Just breathe here. And if it's available to you, you could reach that left arm up to meet the right, using the core strength here, as if you're holding a beach ball. So leave some space here in between. Breathe into this as you continue to sink into that left knee and use your core to bring you up to center. Flip those or turn those left toes in. Drop the arms down and just find a little bit of bounce, little shake. We're going to turn the right toes out and switch sides. Tee the arms out, sink down. Drop the right arm down, reach up and over with the left. Your gaze can come under the left arm. Let this feel nice. Pushing through the outside edge of the left foot to really create a long line from toes to fingertips. Breathing in here. And then if it's available, you can lift the right arm to meet the left. Use that core strength. Hold this. Breathe into it. And come up through center. Straighten the leg. Turn the toes in. Bring the hands behind the back. Clasp them. Open up the chest. Gaze up. Send the hips forward slightly. Turn the toes slightly out and the heels in. Protecting the knees. Just breathing here. We're going to take a forward fold in wide leg. So if you need to, you could widen the stance even further, and your arms could stay behind if you'd like to get a shoulder stretch, or you can just bring them down in front of you. So whichever one you'd like to take. Gently, slowly bend and hinge at the waist. Let yourself come over to fold. You could release the arms if they're behind you. Maybe You bring a block to the hands to release and just relax down here. You'll notice the wider the stance, the further down toward the ground you'll be able to come. And also the wider the stance, the more you're going to feel this on the insides of the leg muscles. So you'll feel it differently depending also on how your toes are pointing. So mine are slightly out with my heels slightly in. I'm sending my hips back and I'm really activating. I have a micro bend in the knee to protect the knees. But by sending those hips back and sending that tailbone up, I'm engaging and I'm feeling that stretch along my hamstrings on both legs, while the upper part of my body remains relaxed and heavy. So a block is a great place here to bring the ground closer to you, to let the relaxation in the upper body happen while the stretch in the lower body happens. And to come out of this, we come out very slowly. Remove any props. Maybe heel toe the feet in slightly together. Exhale to come a little bit lower. And then we'll inhale as we very slowly rock ourselves up. So maybe sway from side to side. Let the arms be heavy. Keep the head down and heavy as well. Look like a wide-legged rag doll. Maybe the feet come together even closer as you slowly peel yourself up. The head will be the very last thing to come up at the top. Shoulders come up, neck comes up, and then we lift the head. We'll come into a mountain pose at the front of the mat. Plant each foot, roll the shoulders back, hands down by the side, gaze is forward. Maybe the eyes are closed down here, and just breathe. Take a moment to take inventory. Feel the breath going through, making that mind-body connection. One more big round of breath. Very nice. We'll take some balancing poses in the second half here. So we'll start by loosening up. So you can wave your arms side to side, let them be heavy. We're just twisting, kind of like we're a washing machine here. So agitating the arms, but really letting them be heavy. Maybe they even slap against you. Don't hurt yourself, but let them just be wild and free. Keep it bent in the knees. Maybe you get some cracks in the lower back. Could be nice. Good. And then on an inhale, we're going to raise the arms up. Exhale, draw them down through heart center. I'm going to take a big step back with the left foot, but we'll walk it in just a bit more than we would in a warrior two or in a lunge. So the toes are pointing toward the left about 45 degrees, and we're lunging in to the right leg. So I'm straight in the back leg, lunging into the right. If you could put your heel down on the ground, that is ideal. So if you're really on the toes, then maybe scoot forward a little bit more and make your stance smaller. Inhale, reach the arms up and lunge into the right leg. You'll feel that you don't lunge as far with your back heel down, and that's normal. So we're stretching the side of our left leg right now. You can take the hands above the head. You can bring them to cactus. Another option that you can take here is interlacing the fingers, turning them out, and reaching up. So we have almost a slight back bend when we do this. And we're getting an extra stretch in the chest, in the belly, even in the side body here, making everything real active. And wherever you are, on an exhale, bring the arms back and hinge forward. Inhale, reach up, and you can come to the toes here, straighten that foot, hinge forward, reach up, and then this time, as we hinge and bring the arms back, we're going to pick up the back leg. So we're coming into an airplane arms, warrior three. On the next exhale, bring the feet together, reach the arms up at the top, and then hands to heart center. We'll step back with the right leg and switch sides. So again, we're taking a smaller stance here. Toes are about 45 degrees out, and we lunge in to the front leg. You might feel very different on either side. I know I do. Much more open on this side. And the openness in this might come from your ankle mobility on your foot, on your back foot. So it might change drastically side to side. Inhale, reach those arms up and take whichever variation you'd like here. So again, you can cactus, you could even keep them down by the side, or you could interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, reach up as we take a slight back bend and lunge forward. Just breathing here. Pushing evenly into both feet. Good. Bring the arms behind, hinge forward. And then you can turn the toes in so that they're facing forward as well. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, arms back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge. And then this time, inhale, reach up. And when we hinge, we're going to pick up the back leg. Coming into airplane. Rotate the thighs so that the top of the foot is pointing toward the mat. Point the toes, micro bend in the left knee, and then exhale, bringing the feet together, raising the arms up and bringing them down to heart center. We'll take another step back. This time we're going to take a step back with the left foot, but we'll take a bigger step coming into crescent lunge. So inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, straighten the front leg. And we're going to bring the hands down into a pyramid pose. This is a great place for blocks. So the front leg is straight and the back is straight. We're not bending over the leg here. So maybe your blocks are bringing you higher up. Maybe you have longer arms than me and you're touching the floor wherever you are. We want a straight spine and we're straightening in that front leg, really feeling it in the back here. So push down through the heel to activate even more if you're not feeling it. And if it helps, you could bring that right foot in slightly. Might help with the balance. Might help you to get even deeper into the stretch and continue to send those hips back and really just breathing here. Your exhales are where it's at. Good. Remove any props. Plant your hands down and we're going to step back through a downward dog. Pedal the feet out here. And we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower yourself halfway or to knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Walk yourself to the front of the mat as we meet in a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Take a big step back with the right foot this time. And again, we'll take a high crescent lunge. So however you need to get there, reach up. Whew. High crescent lunge, lunging forward. And on your next exhale, straighten the front leg, reach forward and drop the hands. So if they come down to blocks or to the mat, wherever they are, if you need to scoot in that back foot a little bit, you can. Pyramid pose. This one can be pretty intense, especially if you're tight in the backs of the legs. And again, it's one of those that you might be very different on either side. I can come a little bit deeper on this side than I can on the other one. It depends on the day too. Some days this might feel better than others. Just breathe into it, really press down into that left heel. Send those hips back. You can keep a micro bend in the back leg. Breathing here. 2 more rounds of breath. And this time remove any props and we'll take a big step up. So plant the hands, step up, right foot meets the left and hang over your feet in a forward fold. We're going to slowly come down to the mat. So you'll come into a little ball at the front here. Maybe your head comes to the knees. Give yourself a hug and assist yourself down into a seat. We'll have the feet in front of us planted on the mat. And we'll take one more heart opener here. So you can scoot the feet down a little bit, have the hands pointing behind you, roll the shoulders back, and the chest comes forward. The gaze is up, maybe you close the eyes down. Feel a little back bend here as you open up the heart. And just breathe. Good. Come back to center. Turn your hands in so the fingertips are facing toward the body. And we're going to take the feet about hip width distance apart, and we'll come into, there's two names for this posture. It's reverse tabletop or altar pose. So what we do here is we're going to push up. We lift the hips up. You might feel this in the backs of the arms. Squeeze those glutes together. And then gently let yourself down. We'll do this 3 times. So sometimes if this is too much on the wrists, you can practice that grip that we showed at the beginning. And you can turn the hands out just slightly. So they're about, say about 45 degrees out toward their respective sides. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, the chest comes up, and then push through the ground, rise up, altar pose. Full breath at the top. And then come down on an exhale. You could hug yourself in, and we'll take one more. Plant the hands back down, roll the shoulders back. Inhale and push up. And if it's available, you could allow the head to hang back if it feels right in the neck. Otherwise, just keep it neutral. And exhale, come down. And this time we'll hug ourselves in and come directly onto the back, rolling from side to side, massaging the spine. Extend the left leg out, keep the right one in. We're going to cross the body to take a nice side twist here. So the left knee comes toward the, right knee comes toward the left side. The left leg stays long. Extend the right arm out. Gaze comes toward the right. Knee comes toward the ground. Might touch it, might not. If you like to, you can always bend the left knee as well. Make it a little bit more restorative. And take big belly breaths here. Always important in a twist to take full extension of breath. Full expression of breath, sorry. I guess it's your full extension as well. Slowing everything down. Getting ready to close it up. Good, come through center. Plant both feet, and we're just going to windshield wiper. So bring them down from one side to the next. Your arms could be cactused out by the side if it feels nice. Let this get any last little adhesions or creaks or cracks out that you need. And then we'll switch sides. So extend that right leg out, pull the left knee in toward the chest. Big squeeze, big belly breath. And we're going to cross over. Left knee comes toward the right. You can assist it with your arms if you'd like. And if you want to make it softer, you could bend the right knee as well. T or cactus the left arm. Gaze is gentle toward the left. And breathing here. Good. Come back through center, and we'll do the Cactus Arms Windshield Wiper once more. So plant the feet hip width distance and drop them both to the right, and then through center to the left, and keep going like this. Breathing, letting everything out in your exhales. Good, bring those knees into the chest. And once again, rock gently side to side. We're going to rock and roll up with a little bit of momentum into a seat. So you can press down here and just go gently from side to side, pressing through the left hand to go towards right, pressing through right hand, go toward left, getting into the side body, lean forward slightly, and then come down into a seated forward fold if that's available to you. Bring the hands down, walk them forward as far as they'll go, and then exhale to just curl in, releasing the neck, maybe shaking the head yes and no here. And then draw those hands back. Inhale, reach them up. And exhale, right hand to the outside of the left leg. Left hand behind, twist. We'll take 5 rounds of breath in these twists here. Again, big belly breathing. Another variation while you're here is you can take the back of the hand to the outside of the left leg. Help you twist a little bit further. And you can also take a block underneath the left arm. Opening up the shoulders. So keep the shoulders back as you twist. And we're really twisting at the waist. So it's always important to remember that. So I like to mention it because we have a tendency to want to twist at the neck. We're not doing these twists for our neck. We're twisting in the torso in the midsection. So you don't need to crank the neck further back than you're going. And then inhale, very, very slowly come through center. We're going to cross the left arm over, grab for the opposite leg, and then tuck everything in, rounding the back, letting it feel good, chin to chest. Inhale to roll up, open the chest. Exhale, tuck in. Take a few of these. Move at your own pace. Let it feel good. And then we'll wind those arms, coming into eagle arms. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, tuck in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tuck in. Move the spine with the arms. And then inhale, tee the arms out. Reach them up. And the right arm comes behind. The left hand comes to the outside of the right leg. And again, you can come to the back of the hand here to bring it a little bit further. If you have a block behind you, if you want one, you can try that too. See what that feels like. And of course, these are all suggestions, right? So you can take what you like and leave the rest. It's your practice, so you make of it what you need. Five big belly breaths here. Good, and once again, we'll cross over, tuck everything in, and then lift it all back up. Undulate the spine. Good. Cross the arms over, so now they're the opposite. Inhale, lift the elbows up, gaze up. Exhale, bring it in. Move with breath. Good. Unwind. We'll extend the legs and take the right foot crossing over the left. We'll take another twist here. So wrap the left arm around the right leg. Twist yourself open toward the right. Again, 5 rounds of breath. And in this one, we have a tendency, because we're holding the leg, we want to fall in. Keep that chest open. Keep it up, strong. It's restorative, but still active. Good. Come through center slowly. Extend that right leg. Bend the left. Place it there. Right arm wraps around and twist open. Other side. Keep those shoulders back, chest up. Good. Slowly leave your center. You bring both feet in, and we're just going to gently come down onto the back. So however you need to get there, if you bring the knees with you, and we'll take some circles with the knees here, getting into the lower back. Again, releasing any cracks or pops you might have there. And then extend the legs up toward the ceiling. Just stretch them up as far as they'll go. Flex the toes toward the shins. And bend the knees back down. And we'll extend the legs forward, down in front of us. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Spread the fingertips, spread the toes. Make a long line. And then exhale, drop those arms down by the side. Palms are up. We'll come into our Shavasana, the resting pose where everything has time to register and marinate and create muscle memory. And as you lay here, start to release the muscles in your body. You can start with a body scan from head to toes or from toes to head. Wiggle the toes and then release them. Let them be soft as the ankles release and your feet come splay open toward the ground. Release anything that you're holding in the knees, the thighs, the pelvic area. Come up through the rib cage. Feel the breath slow. Release the shoulders, backs of the arms, the palms. Release the neck. Maybe your head rolls to one side gently. Breathing here, slowly but at your own pace. Bring that attention now to the jaw, the space between the eyes. Release anything that's still there. Unclench, let go. And with the eyes closed down, enjoy this one moment here in silence. This moment for you. If you find your mind is wandering, you could bring it back to your breath, the safe place to be. Just bringing the attention to the ins and outs, the inhales and the exhales. You can also bring your attention to sensations that you might feel in or on the body, the feeling of a wind on your face, or maybe the sun is shining in through a window. Notice any smells, tastes, and just the sensation of touch, the connection between your skin and the mat, your body and the mat, your body and your clothing, anything that you could bring your attention to. And don't do anything about it, just bring it there. And just be here with yourself in this moment. Whenever you're ready, we'll start to bring movement back into the body. I always like to wiggle the toes and the fingertips. Maybe make a fist. Shake the feet from side to side. And bend your knees to help you roll over onto one side. Maybe you stay here for a moment. And then when you're ready, very slowly push yourself up to a seat. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me today. Thank yourself for showing up. The hardest part is just coming to your mat, and you're here again. Wonderful. And I'll see you in the next one. So have a beautiful day. Enjoy the sunshine. And namaste.